Boom, boom. Here, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Got a bit Bleach Immortal Soul up today. We got a few things to cover, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so we got a Soul Box event up. Hanako and Barragan. So both fairly decent characters. Baron's an excellent tank if you're looking for somebody for your front line. You can't go wrong for him. And as the fact it is, of course, a Soul Box event, there's you can get a chance to get some shards for their weapon, so you can awaken the weapon. This is probably really the best and almost only way to get an actual UR weapon for any of the characters, simply because of the fact that the really UR weapon choice packs are just virtually rare. Hardly, they have them occasionally, but all the weapon choice packs that you see at most of the events are in fact for SSR. They're not for the UR characters. So really the best way is to get them is just through a Soul Box event. Unfortunately, Hanako or Barragan, neither are on my team. Also, neither of them I'm focusing on, so this is not really an event that I'm going to go ahead and pull on. I've got them both, but I do just have them. But Barragan's at 2, Hanako's at 3, but I'm going to need almost like 80, almost the full 80 shards. I'm going to need to bring her up to 4, and there's just not anything worth it. So I'm not going to be pulling on this particular event, but if you're using either of the characters, this is the time to do it, as you can get their weapons. Now, second thing I wanted to talk about. As you know, in the last video, we were talking about Halloween Nemu. I mentioned about, I went ahead and got her simply because of the fact that everybody was saying that she was, extremely really good character. And when she initially came out in the Halloween event, she was broken. Her skill set was not working as was described. Well, they've apparently fixed that, and apparently it's really bad, I guess you could say, because she's overpowered, bluntly. So let me tell you why. So once I decided to go ahead and get her, because I heard some people in the Discord talking about her, how she ruled in 1v1. So I wanted to test that out. So it took me a couple days to actually get somebody inside of my 1v1 that had a Halloween Nemu. So I finally got a Halloween Nemu. So let me set the thing for you here. Okay, you've got a 6-star Dangai Ichigo. Okay, against a 4-star Nemu. Okay, both are Blue 2, Prism Blue 2 enhancement. The Dangai Ichigo has about 32,000 more BP than the actual Halloween Nemu does. Now you also have to take into effect that the elemental triangle that exists in Bleach Immortal Souls. Red attacker beats blue supporter beats orange tank beats red attacker. Okay, so it's a circle, even though they call it the elemental triangle. It's actually circular. So Dangai Ichigo's a red attacker, Nemu is a blue supporter, so he has the elemental advantage against her. Okay, so he's 6 stars, so he's 2 stars higher, has 32,000 more BP, and he has the elemental advantage. And I lost in three rounds, and I was down. That's how overpowered she is completely. The skill set, I don't think it's working as designed, or if it is, they need to cap it. You know how they did. If you notice, they've been talking about the War Soul of healing. They've been saying that the healing has been a little bit off. So the way they fix it is they're just going to cap the healing instead of changing they're going to keep the description as it is and keep it proccing. It's just going to have a cap on it, which is fine with me. I don't got a problem with that. It serves its job well, fine, whether they cap it or not. It's just the healing in battle from attacks that you get. And you don't have to put a healer in your team to get it, so you can keep someone in there that's useful in terms of support, or useful in terms of damage, or useful in terms of survivability. It just gives you that slot that you don't have to waste on healing. At this point, we probably will later in the game. Like I said, the game's not skilled. It's not scaled properly, so by the time we're like barely halfway through the story, and the cap's going to be at 100. At least right now, they're going to have to change it, obviously, because there's people that are going to get to 100 and not going to be able to beat some of these things with some of the teams. I mean, there's just not a lot of people playing the game right now because they're having trouble advancing. You know, it's not a problem for me. I've once I got the War Soul of Healing and started to add the War Souls, as you can see, I'm already at Prism 2. So when 28 comes out here, I'll be ready to go. I blew through, you know, I blew through 27 without even, yeah, it just, once I got past it, I just blew through it. It was a piece of cake. So here's what we're going to do. So that's what happened. All right, so yes, it was my Dangai Ichigo. So just for purpose, because it's 1v1, this is what beat, yeah. So a 4-star Halloween Nemu beat a 6-star Dangai Ichigo. All right, he had 32,000 more BP. Okay, her BP was about it was about 164, 163. I can't remember exactly where it was at. Okay, I even got to go first. Okay, so there was that. And yeah, I hit her, did like 20% of her damage, normal. She hit me back, did roughly the same. Okay, that worried me right there because I should be doing slightly more damage to her simply because of the fact that I have the elemental advantage and I'm an attacker. She's a supporter, so I should be doing slightly more damage than her. So I knew something was wrong immediately when we did about the same amount of damage. Okay, because this is Dangai Ichigo's not just chump. He's got his weapon awakened. His skills are maxed. I mean, he had 32,000 more BP. So, you know, he's obviously it. Okay, so. And then we did a second hot. I raged. I did a pretty good chunk. Probably got her down to about half. Okay. Then she hit me back. Okay. Did more damage, but at this point I was winning. Then what happened? I don't know what happened. I hit her the third time, and all hell broke loose. Okay. I immediately lost all my health down to just a teeny weeny sliver, and she applied a debuff. Okay. And then the room changed to go to round 4. I didn't because, you know, whatever debuffs she hit, you know, the debuffs are applied, the damage is applied at the end of the round. It applied and I died. She still had like literally 65-70% of her health left. Okay. So that's what you call OP when they're doing, when it's the capability of that. So they, yeah, you know, but this is not surprising and it should not surprise anybody. How bad the game is. It's just a complete mess. Okay, so verdict on Halloween Nemu: get her. If you don't have her, start focusing on her. Scrap Christmas Orihime, scrap all the others that you're going for. You don't need them. Just go for her. Okay, that's the easiest way to do it because that's the only way that you can do it. I've noticed it. I noticed that she was super powerful because there were teams that I was losing to that I don't normally lose to. The mouse is not scrolling very well here. So I went ahead and got her now. So I'm working on her. Okay, she's only 3-star, but I'll be able to bring her up to 4-star here. And like I said, I got beat by a 4-star. She was a 4-star Nemu. Okay, so getting her to 4-star apparently is enough. Okay, so yeah, so I was originally going to go for Orihime's gloves. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and drop off Orihime, and I'm going to go ahead and get enough points to get the broom, which is her awakening weapon. It's her broom. So yeah, so this is her. So skill set. There's not a whole lot. Like I said, I've already maxed out. Once I get to 4, I'll bring that up. But yeah, I would go for her. I noticed that I knew something was up with her. People started talking about the Discord about how she was, you know, how she was overpowered. But they weren't really focusing on overpowered. They were just saying that you want to get her because, you know, you put her, you know. And I noticed that in teams inside of the arena, I would always lose whenever my team would go up against a team that she was in. Okay, like we had one team that I went up against. My team roughly had about 15, not a lot, 15,000 more BP. Okay, I had the initiative. Okay, the teams were identical except in the center slot for the other team, they had her, and in my team, my center slot was full Hollow Ichigo. Okay, I'm serious. Everybody else was the same. They had White Ichigo, Dangai Ichigo. The backfield was all the same. The support, the 3 in the back were a little bit different, but they don't really. And I lost. Okay, normally I would win those battles. You know, because they were only at Prism 1. They hadn't even got, and I was at Prism 2. This was just a couple days ago when this happened. So, yeah, she's definitely, I don't know, if you listen to her skill set, it does not sound dynamic on paper, but man, when you get it in play, it's just way past dynamic, and it's just completely, yeah, I mean, it's just completely, yeah. I guess, it's really weird because she does, in 1v1, that's why attacker beat supporters, because supporters really don't normally do a lot of damage. They apply buffs, they do some healing, things like that, damage reduction, crit reduction, crit rate up, damage, they supply buffs, debuffs, things like that. An attacker just does damage. But yeah, she way out damaged me at 4 stars. So yeah, I could understand if that's what happened and I was going up against an orange tank, because blue supporter has the advantage against the orange tank. So, that would be a logical assumption, but not against the red attacker who has the advantage on her. And it should have been over in 3. Well, it started the 4th one, and then it happened. So yeah, so way overpowered. So she's definitely a character that you want to get, which is really excellent because I've I was I got a tortoise right now. I want to keep the dragon buff that I've got, and I've got that with my thing, so I can just roll out. You got to have 1 tortoise in your team if you want to use any of the soul hall things. Unless you're doing the tortoise, then you have to have 2 or 3. So this will be good thing to possibly roll into in the future. I'll get her up to 4, max her out. Put a good, get everything all set on her, and we'll stick her in and see how she does. And it's starring her up won't be a problem. I need to get the weapon, but I'm working on it. That's not going to be a problem. We'll be as the events come along and the shop will come along, we'll be able to get stuff that we need to actually make her. So she projecting probably within the next, probably in about a month, I would say she should be in here. Halibel came in. Halibel was the event right before her event, the Halloween event. And she's in here. She just got put in here a couple of weeks ago. So we should see Halloween Nemu in here pretty soon. So you'll be able to get her stuff inside of the shop as well. I'm glad I did actually go ahead and take the shards. Just, because I'd heard, on the Discord that she was really OP, and she is, okay? So, anybody who's got her, if anybody wants to sound off, go right ahead. But yeah, she took out my 6-star Gangai Ichigo. Okay, yeah. Told him up 3 rounds. She still had like 65-70% health left. I'm dead. So definitely overpowered. There's no doubt about that. But the way this game's going, you're probably going to need some overpowered characters towards the end of the story mode if you want to actually beat it, unless they figure out some way to fix the scaling issues. Because, like I say, everybody's almost maxed out, and we're not like halfway through the story. Normally, by the time you're halfway through a story on normal mode, it's not like we got a hard mode or something like that, but they don't have a hard mode. But like on a normal mode or something like that, you shouldn't be already maxing out characters just to pass through halfway through the story. I mean, when you're maxed out like this, you should be able to roughly beat, because it sounds like they're going to 100. I mean, the growth plan ends at 100. I don't know what they're waiting for. We've been at 99 for like the last, 7-8 months. So, but yeah, I don't know what their plan is. I'll be honest with you. I like the IP. I'm enjoying the game. I like the fact that there's some things that just don't make sense, and you're just trying to play it on, figure things out. It's nice. I got really lucky on the Christmas event. I had a tremendous amount of luck, which is good. I mean, on the travel season, Halibel, horrible. I'm seriously had thoughts about just not playing the game anymore. I got nothing. I got like half the shards that I needed for her. I mean, I really wasn't going to use her, but I just wanted to get the shards just to get the character, because I do like to do, in any type of the gacha games, I like to collect all the characters. So, but yeah, I didn't even come close. I didn't get virtually anything in that event. The Halloween event, if the Halloween event for Nemu had been a flop, I might have seriously quit the game. It was not a flat, but it wasn't super. I did not get Halloween Nemu, but I got really close. And then I got her with the shards here. And then this Christmas event, yeah, I hit the 10 twice. I hit 10 shards twice. I did like 4 or 5 pulls, 5, 6, 5. I spent about 12. Yeah, yeah, it's about 12,000. So probably it was a bit, that would have been, yeah, at 3,000. So it'd been 4 pulls. And I got really lucky. The luck wasn't at the beginning, if you notice. The luck was in the last couple pulls I did, because I got slammed. I got a bunch. I seriously got it like 10 gingerbread just in that. Those last couple of pulls. And I also hit the 10 twice. I don't know if they were doing something special towards the end of the event to get or what, but yeah, my luck completely rolled around. And I just got just enough. I'm serious. I did not get one more shard. You know, I had needed 2 more shards, so I did that one pull, and I got just 2 shards. I got 2-1 shards in that one. So yeah, it was a good pull. 2-1 shards, but also got 5 gingerbread mint inside of it. So yeah, so it was a good event. I enjoyed it. I know some people did not have very good luck in it. And you know, it happens. Like it happened to me on Halibel, and it's going to happen again. I'll have another event here sometime next year, sometime this year. The same thing will happen. You know, the RNG gods will leave, and you won't get nothing. And then, you know, next event they'll come back, or maybe. I mean, I've had droughts before. But yeah, so that's what happened. So I got really lucky in the event. I did just enough to get Christmas. Now I'm not going to use her, of course. I'm going to focus on Halloween Nemu, just because she does apparently, the way she works inside the dynamic of a team, would be what you normally look for in a support character. But heck, I'm just using her because of her damage. If she can one-on-one a 6-star Dangai Ichigo who's got 32,000 more BP, yeah, I mean, and she's only at 4-star, so it's not like you need to build her up heavy. You can get by with just her passive. And my assumption is it's the passive that's doing it. Let's be honest. If you read the passive, you can see where it could possibly be good, but you would have no idea how good it is. And my assumption is the stronger the opposing character, the better she's going to be. So I think that's what. So I'm going to get her up to 4, and you know, we'll play with her. We'll see what she's got, you know, and see if it really does work like that. I need 72 more shards, I believe it is. So I just need another shard to get her. This 5, I did not draw on the. You do the free choose for the event. It gives you 1 free each day, and I got a 5 weapon choice shard pack, which I'm not using either of the characters, so I'm not going to focus on it. But yeah, so. But yeah, I would go for Halloween Nemu. She's probably something. If any of you know, she is an event character, so understand that getting her umbrella is or getting her broom is going to be a time-consuming process if you did not get in an event. I did not have enough shards to actually get the broom, or I'm sorry, enough gingerbread men to get the broom. I probably would have, because like I say, I went ahead and bought the shards for her, but I never reached enough shards. But you know, because the shards were really cheap. I think it was like you get 10 for like 6. I think is what it was, 6 gingerbread men. For you give you 10 shards for her. So it was just too good to pass up. I had to do purchase her twice because you needed 70. I had 59, so I needed 11 shards to actually get her. So I had to purchase it twice, unfortunately, because it was 10 in a pack and 10 was useless. I needed 11, so I had to purchase her twice, which I think, yeah, it was 12 gingerbread men, and then I purchased the time tokens, which allowed me to get Ichigo's umbrella. He's fully ready to go now. I'm getting about almost 125 now inside of Squad Boss, so moving it up, it helped as it would, and he's, you know, I'm keeping him up close to the others so that if he needs to be utilized, he can be. You know, I'm sure there's going to be, you know, that's one of the things that happens when I'm going to get to story mode in the future. We're going to need to try different team comps. So I want to have a healer, Christmas Orbe, going to have a buffer for my backline in Anniversary Ichigo, and now we're going to have Halloween Nemu, who may very well be overpowered, but it gives me options. That's what you'll look for in the end. So yeah, Halloween Nemu, go for her. I think you'll be very impressed with her. I don't know. Everybody says she's, you know, OP. She's definitely OP'd in 1v1. And like I say, I have gone up against some teams where I would thought I would have normally won but lost that she was in the team. So yeah, there's definitely some evidence there that she's got what it takes. So anybody want to sound off in the comments on anybody who's got her? Discussion would be nice. Why is she overpeat? I haven't really had a chance to get into it, analyze exactly what's going on with her. I just know from my experience, and that was only one battle. Okay, I've never gone up against her multiple times. It's just my 6-star Dangai Ichigo does not normally lose to a blue supporter who's 2 stars less with 32 less 1000 BP, and I have the initiative. It just doesn't happen. It shouldn't happen according to the laws of the game. So her skill set is obviously designed, I guess, probably designed. Maybe you have better if going supporter against her. I don't know. It's something, unfortunately, not a lot of people on my server for my Kenpachi contest or the 1v1 does not have her. I've only seen her twice in there. The first time I saw her, it was only for a 3-star, and I didn't, I wanted to see a 4-star because that's what I'm going to get her to before I start utilizing her. So I did find one with 4-star, and like I say, it didn't go well. But that's what it is. So yeah, so if you got Nemu, let me know what your thoughts are on her in the comments section. And I would suggest going for her, and also give me your thoughts. Is she overpowered? What's her good, what good uses for her? What's not good uses for her? So we can to see whether or not she's maybe something that we want to maybe invest in. My next, I'm going to take Nemu to 4 first, of course. After that, I was going to go ahead and try to get Zazzy. I think it's Zazzy. Needs to be taken up to 6. Is it Zazzy? Yeah, I was going to take Zazzy up to 6, but maybe I'll just go ahead and start focusing on Nemu and get her up to 6. Okay. Every time the team that I went against, she was in the frontline center. So frontline is where I will be replacing. If I get a new character and add her to the team, it's the front line. Okay, because that's the back line is fine. Those are max damage characters. I need Zazzy simply because he revives himself. I like Iokora for his shield, so that just leaves Full Hollow Ichigo, who does a ton of damage, but he really doesn't offer any support. But he does tank okay. Okay, but usually when people die, it's usually him. So first, because he's really not technically a tank. She is a tank technically. Nemu is the tortoise. Tortoises are the like I say, every time I've seen the teams, she's always been in the front line. So that's where she would go. So it would work out. It's something to worth considering, at least. So give me your thoughts on her in the comments, and we'll have a discussion about her. But I did want to say that soul box is up. Get in there, pull on that if you use either of those characters, because that's the way to get the weapon. So never pass up a soul box if one of the characters is in your main team, because it's a chance to get the weapon. And really, unless I'm hoping they'll open things up where there's a way to get a UR weapon, but there doesn't appear to be at this point. Also, the treasure trial is up, so get in there and knock that out. I think I'm still locked out. Yeah, it unlocks tomorrow, so I'll be able to progress through that. So I'm at 11 right now. You definitely want to do this event just because the rewards are just super astronomical. You got all kinds of stuff that you can pick. So it's definitely something that you want to go through. The rewards are definitely worth it, and you will have the initiative, so you will attack first. Like I said, what I do is I just run through the whole thing once with my main team, and then focus back through on getting some chests, because some of them you're not going to be able to complete. Some of the actual side quests, like just use tortoise, just use dragons, or just no dragons, no tigers. Really, I don't know how anybody could beat some of the levels with no attackers. It's just not something that unless you're like a super OP character that would have enough tanks to take out a team like that, because tanks don't really do much damage. So you're not going to do them all, but you just get as much as you can, and they give you some really good rewards. So a lot of materials. Those materials will match to you, so they're very useful and can be used immediately. So you definitely want to try to go through it. Just get as far as you can. All right. And of course, we've got the season pass still going on for Snowboard Toshiro. and I already talked about him a little bit. But yeah, this is going to last for a few more days. So pull on that if Hanako or Berrigan are members of your team. All right. So that's all I got. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell, get notified each time I drop a video. Also remember to like and share, as that does help the channel and the views immensely. This is Kenrir coming at you from the corner, signing out.